Hi there, I am DJ Waldow, and I turned 50 on February 23rd, 2026. So for the next 50 days, I'm sharing one thing that I've learned after almost 50 years on this planet. Today's thing number 14, is hell yes or no. Let's get into it. All right, thing number 14. Hell yes or no. In 2009, a gentleman by the name of Derek Sivers. Derek was the founder of a company called CD Baby, which in 1998, think about that for a second. In 1998, I was just graduating college. He was selling CDs online. Today, that sounds silly because we don't even use CDs anymore. But he was selling CDs online. That was kind of revolutionary. He was like before the .com, selling stuff online, e-commerce. I don't even think it was a term, e-commerce, at the time. Anyway, regardless, Derek Sivers, look him up. He published a blog post with a very simple title: No, yes, either hell yeah or no. And the entire post was this. I'm going to actually read the entire thing for you because I think it's so powerful. He said, if you're not saying hell yeah about something, say no. If you're not thinking, wow, that would be amazing, absolutely, hell yeah, then the answer is no. Because when you say no to most things, you leave room to really throw yourself into the rare things that actually deserve a yes. That framing stuck with me when I read it in 2009. And there's been many people who've written about this since, the power of saying no and all these other things about how to say no to things. And I don't even know if Derek was the first one to do this, but man, is it powerful. When I look back, most of the stress in my life, especially around my professional career or personal when it comes to volunteering, is I say yes to everything. I used to say yes to everything. Even things I wasn't that excited about. The yeses actually were really like, "Ah, I guess so, or maybe. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Nobody else is going to do it." But I said yes to everything. And the yeses seem harmless at first, but then they linger. They sit on your calendar. You snooze them. You avoid doing them. They take up mental space, which is so important, and they drain your energy. This all even happens before you even do the thing. It's just thinking about the thing that you don't want to do, that you said yes to, that you probably should have said no to. And I want to say this part out loud. I think saying no to certain things does come from a place of privilege. Being able to say no is a luxury, especially when it comes to things that include a financial gain. I get that. I understand that. Being able to say no to things means often that you're financially secure. For me, this has showed up over the years in my work as a freelance writer with clients. I have spoken to a potential client and everything seemed like okay. I just came away with a feeling that I wasn't really excited about this project. I wasn't really excited about what I was going to write about, or I wasn't loving the person I was talking, or just had this gut feeling that it just wasn't going to be a great project to work on. And again, it comes from a place of privilege to be able to say no, to turn down money, but I've done it several times now. And I've never regretted it. Every time I take on a client that I'm not that excited about, I always regret that decision later. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. I've encountered this a lot in my volunteer life. Most of my 30s and really most of my 40s, I said yes to everything. I volunteered as much as I possibly could at the school, all sorts of things. I volunteered, sat on a board for 6 years, and I loved it. I really did love most of it. That's the truth. But there's a lot of things that I volunteered my time for that were just okay. I got asked to help. It was a good cause. I don't regret doing it. And sometimes I did it out of guilt or obligation. But ultimately, when that happened, when I wasn't passionate about it, I wasn't all in, you could see it. You could see I wasn't giving all my energy towards it. And ultimately, that doesn't really help anyone. So now when something comes up, I pause. I say to myself, is this a hell yeah? Is this something I'm fired up about? Is this something that gives me passion and energy and brings me joy? Is this something where I can help somebody else, which, by the way, gives me joy? And if it's not, and of course I have the option, I'm more comfortable today letting go. So I challenge you, as I often do in these things, to try to say no to something, to ask yourself when someone's asking for help or asking you to do a project for them. And I realize, again, if this is work related, you might have to do it, but I challenge you to think before you automatically say yes, to say, is this a hell yes? Are you excited about it? And if not, it's a no. All right, that's a wrap. That's thing number 14. Hell yes or no. As always, if you liked this episode, please go to 50things.co, share it with somebody else, subscribe, drop your email address in to get a daily email reminder. Go to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, wherever. Follow, like, subscribe, share, all the things. I will see you tomorrow for thing number 15. As always, thank you. I really do appreciate you.